Check, check, mic check. All right. Good morning, everybody. Take a look at the charts immediately and then get going because I have to get ready for work. And to make sure that we have what we need here. Hey JP, good morning, good morning. All right, today's a little bit slower. Had to try and get in earlier to get going, so yeah, today was I have to go into the office, so I'm gonna try. I figured I'd hop on a tiny bit earlier. So let's go over the charts right now. And we're good here. So I just had to set up a couple of different things there. All right, so hope everything's going well, JP. So we have CPI this morning, and that's about it. Haven't taken a look at the charts yet, so we're gonna do top-down analysis as quickly as we can, and we're gonna go from here. So as you all know, this is where we're at with the daily chart. Let's actually yeah, we can start here. Okay, so let's expand this up a little bit. So we see that this is an inside bar, so CPI we would expect to have pretty good movement this morning. I anticipate that you know, we see that yesterday's movement went down, rejected back up. It took out this inversion fair value gap and came back up here immediately. So, but it did not take out yesterday's high. And right now in Asia, we're going to take a look at the range, but in Asia's range and London's range will pretty much create a relative equal high at this point in time. CPI typically, so we're at around 15,580. I would expect for us to, if we remain where we're at right now, I would expect for us to spike up to, if we're going to continue, I would expect for us to take out this rejection block here and then continue back lower. However, we could have had the weekly move head down first and then to the upside, and then it could continue. That's, I mean, right now we see a market structure shift on a premium perspective. So remember, this whole move, Phoenix, Kirk, good morning, good to see you, brothers. So we haven't returned back to equilibrium. Not to say that we have to. Equilibrium of this upswing was down here at 13,677. Insert name here. Good morning. Just talking through some market stuff right now. So in the grand scheme of things, we still see that, you know, we had this run up and we had this kind of small blip down, We still have room to the downside, but because we've traded up here, I am very weary about immediately going to the downside. I think that we could trade down to what we want to do. Basically, we want to see if we are maintaining this market structure shift to the upside. We don't want to see price go past the midpoint of this order block here. So let me raise that up a little bit so I can see the numbers. So we want to keep this level in mind, 15,327.5. And we were going to mark that as a mean threshold of a premium order block. So we don't want to see price go below that if we are bullish. So I'm marking that as a point of interest. That's a little bit too far. We're gonna have to keep this over here. Otherwise we won't see it on our charts. So I'm gonna keep it over here. It'll get easier to see when we go down the lower time frames. So of interest, we have this buy side, this area of liquidity on the daily, right? This is untouched up here. So I still maintain that we can head all the way up here and head lower. If we are going to head lower, I mean, I did mention that this volume imbalance seems suspect. This daily fair value gap seems suspect. And those are the only, outside of this short-term high here, this daily untouched sell side imbalance, and this daily volume imbalance. Those three are things that I think price could still reach to. They could go all the way up there. They could take out this high, go all the way up here, and then reject from there as well. It is possible, but as of this moment, I think that there's cases to be made for both sides. So trading is going to be a little bit more difficult until we either take out all of this previous high and go back to that monthly sell side imbalance and head higher, or we reject and head lower depending on something that happens. So let's go down to the hourly chart. See what happened throughout the day. So yesterday's price, you see kind of dipped, took out sell side, took out buy side, consolidated, right? Now within this range, we are still consolidating. We kind of look at the bodies here. I guess we could technically take this entire segment here. So this is a giant consolidation range. Most people will see this as a bull flag because they see boom, boom, consolidation. If we head lower, for sure, it'll create a bull flag. What I'm trying to keep in mind is we just completed a market maker buy model here, and our prime for market maker sell model, if you look at all of this, like all of this, fair value gaps, 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 consolidation, accumulation, expansion, accumulation, expansion, accumulation, expansion, accumulation, expansion, accumulation, little dip here, expansion. So that tells me that there needs to be some movement. There needs to be some sort of indication that we head lower. None of these movements lower created a lower low. If you can see here, it's pretty clear to see that there's lower, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Same thing, higher high, higher low, right? We haven't seen evidence of price moving down yet. So, and we've hit a daily area of liquidity. So we need to see if price is going to allow us. With CPI, it will likely break us somewhere out of this consolidation range that we're in right now. So let me remove this for now, and we're going to also shift some of these around and have our buy side and sell side liquidities marked out for today. Now, I'm going to mark this as a previous day close, 15.490.25, 15.490.50. And we're going to say previous day rejection block. We are also going to one thing to note that I didn't mention yesterday as heavily. We see that this was a previous high. So once price got down to the previous high, it rejected at that key point, right? And within this, in the context of this inversion fair value gap, now we did see that we had a bullish order block up there or down here, but we didn't quite get there, right? We mentioned that this could be a possible bullish breaker. Now, I think that if we see price go down first at CPI, it might go up, down, and then way back up again. CPI has been also known to have kind of like a two-direction or potentially three-direction delivery. Stay away from it if you haven't traded it, right? So with this, we're going to mark this here. This is an area of interest on the hourly that I would be looking for today. Let's see what else. I can extend this one out to today because that's close enough. It's close enough to the low there that you can kind of keep this here and as a area of potential reference. So I think what I'll do as well, if price gets down to here, let's get a fib over here real quick. Body. Overall swing here, and I did it from the wrong direction, so let's go here. Okay, so coming down, price didn't even come past, like, just barely past this 30% mark here yesterday. So it does seem like it is still primed to head higher. Now, what's really